How about that, Tia?
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. You will not pass to Devin. After all that misogyny and bullshit you just kicked, please allow me to represent us right quick on Ladies' Night. First of all, using the example of a politician who completes or makes promises that he gives to people and then finally follows through, does that make him a good politician? No, because you know what he probably was 99 fucking times before he did the one thing that he did. He was a fucking liar. That's literally what I don't even know why you use that example in today's political climate where that I just said is absolutely true on both sides of the fucking pew. But let's be very clear. Politicians are not the good example to say of what a man, how people view men and their experience and whether they're good or not. Because if using your example, I would say, oh, well, that absolutely fits the monolith of the idea of the monolith of women that you think agree with you. But let me say this. Let me put my therapy hat on really quick and take off my urban hat just for a second. In reality, both men and women have flaws, right? We all bring something to the table that could or should be valuable for our partners. If you are willing and wanting to make any dynamic work, you would talk and figure out how to do that. It's not about women don't want a man who would do this, and that's why he had to be emotionally hurt by the woman before. You know, and that's why I keep saying it's like so much smoke and bullshit there. I don't even see the trees on fire because it's like, who hurt you? Like, if that is the framework in which you view women, and if that's the framework in which men view women, then you're already at a disadvantage. You already make us question how do you want women if you think that all of us think like that because we don't. Why would there be educated, even uneducated or undereducated individuals in the world who want a partner and who would who would do like who says I don't want a good nigga? Who says that? Even bum bitches want a good nigga, right? What did Kanye say? Like hood niggas always want about Wale, excuse me. A hood nigga always want a college girl. That shit is true. Ask me how I know, right? There's a balance to everything if you can find it. I've had hood dudes who are very good dudes. They may be very good sons, good dads, good whatever, but they may not be good partners. I've met very good and intellectual and well-kept women who are horrible wives and girlfriends, right? These things don't always kind of correlate to each other. We conflate it and make it seem like one leads to the other and therefore you're not worthy. But that's not the case. Really what it comes down to is that for whatever reason we're in this war between black men and black women where all women and all women this, and then be like, shut that shit up. Because in reality, good dude, bad dude, whatever, y'all be on our ass wanting one of us. There's never a moment when a man is not in pursuit. So meanwhile, while you're always talking about the bad things and who cries and who don't cook food and who y'all be choosing them. Go choose equitable stock. Go choose someone who you find matches your value and stop complaining about reaching too high for a woman that you don't match or compete with, or stop reaching so goddamn low and pulling somebody up in the bottom so you can be pissed and resentful of them and then say how much they're a gold digger and didn't have shit when they came to the table. Like, fix you. Get your shit together and you're going to attract what you put out to the world. Stop generalizing black women and all that shit. Because if I start generalizing men, y'all niggas going to be sick.
Now listen, T, you did give some
First
good
up, go ahead,
advice.
Devin. Go ahead.
You did give some good advice to Jay. All the guys to stop dealing with the dirty foots. All right, don't deal with those kind of women. But you touched on it, and Jay, you touched on it as well. And we can't gloss over this. I want to go back to it. Jay, you mentioned that you were assumed to be a certain way, or you would not be a certain way because of your profession. Oh, you're a teacher. You're probably going to be boring. You're going to be lame. You're going to like to read books, and you probably don't read with your finger. You probably do math in pen. Things like that. Is that are men also punished for that? For being too put together? You got your 401k. You know where your birth certificate is. Um, your parents love each other. Are men also punished for that in relationships as well for being like he's too not even too nice, like you're too perfect. You don't have uh, a missing side tooth, things of that nature. You got all you know where all your documents are. Is that part of what works against guys, quote unquote, good men, nice guys as well? The whole "he's a good man, Savannah" thing?
Y'all date women with missing side teeth all the time. So first of all,
That
y'all like
that's
the snaggle
because
puss. That's what y'all
that's a
like.
plus.
First of all,
That's a
y'all like
plus.
reaching low because you know why? Broke and dirty be good, and we like it. We like dirty feet flip flops because that's what you like. So let's be very clear about it. No, we don't want any of that. We will take blue collar who's working their way up so we can be millionaires together, though.
Yeah, and look, I love my blue collar guys. Shout out to my blue collar guys. The world couldn't work without you. I think we talk what I'm talking about, and Jay, you know this, and T, I think you do too. We're talking about, you got the scammers, the SoundCloud rappers, those guys. The guys who bring your car back on E because that's exciting. Your car might come back on with a full tank. It might come back on E. We don't know. You just have to find out when you get off from work.
Okay, so I just want to answer that question then as well. So I think a lot of this would be solved if people date within their IQ bracket, if they date within their tax bracket, if they date within their financial bracket, which is still a tax bracket. I think all that will be solved when we talking about good men, nice guys, because sometimes nice guys get mad kudos just for doing the basic towards women, i.e., respecting a woman's right to be a woman, right? And so then we have the good guy. Like I said, I want to differentiate because of what nice guy could be a straw man. Good guy is something different. So since we're talking about good guys, just date within your tax bracket. Just date within your IQ level. Just date where you get in where you fit in and start reaching for either the stars or reaching for the gutter, like Tia said. I think that oftentimes we get so caught up in good guys finish last, when in reality, they actually don't finish last because all women want a good guy. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some folks who like toxicity and chaos, and you can find them on the Real Housewives of Anywhere, as well as a couple of Love and Hip Hop, all of the reality shows you can find them, and that's because they're also chasing the dollar. And so, as long as you're not chasing, you find somebody who's not chasing the dollar, and you trying to holler, then look, there you go. You got a love match. You a good guy. You respecting women's rights. You coming with basic human decency. Cool. You got a 401k. Cool. You write poetry in the park, like you mentioned earlier, Delvin. Not every woman want poetry in the park, though. I ain't gonna lie. Some
Really?
folks don't.
Wow.
They don't like that. And
Damn.
so I just want to say, excitement does not necessarily equate to chaos and toxicity automatically. It equates to chemistry. And sometimes men can't tell the difference between chemistry and toxicity or chaos because they assume that they're all one and the same, because sometimes that may show up that way. Like if the woman is constantly nagging you, like, "Oh, I want you to take me out. I want to do this. I want to try something new," and you don't really want to try something new because it's outside your bandwidth, because that's not who you are. Well, take that as an opportunity to try something new. We recently had a whole meeting with the youth about exposure equals experience. You can't have any experience if you don't have the exposure. So together, y'all can experience whatever it is that you feel like she's chasing, because ultimately she wants confidence and chemistry as well as all that other good stuff. So good guys, I rebuke the idea that nice guys finish last, because nice guys may finish last because that's their straw man, but good guys never finish last. They always end up on top, be it when they got all their shit together or while they're building all their shit. They going to end up on top some way, somehow. So I see the side eye, Jay. I see the side eye. I think the person who couldn't believe that you as a teacher wasn't going to be was going to be born was bullshit. Because you know what? They say the nerds are the freakiest, according to some video I just saw. And as somebody who's attracted to intelligence, I'm just going to say cosign.